Hope you're all doing well. Welcome to this general collective live reading for Monday. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. As always, it is a general reading. Please take what resonates and leave the rest. If you are watching later, fast forward on to the 5-minute mark. We'll probably have been getting started by that point in time. Thank you for joining us and welcome. So yeah, a few sort of bits and pieces to go through, but as I say, we'll wait for a few more people to come in and then we'll get started on that. I don't know why I'm smiling. I don't know why. Yeah, hope you're all good. Now, hello. That was a quick like. Kate, hello. Hey, how's it going? I hope you're doing well. Bless you. I know you emailed me earlier when I was going live. I was running late. Luke messaged me to say, what are you doing? Because I think he's got handful today. So yeah, I'll go into that in a bit. I'll tell you a little bit more about the lateness. Luke, how's it going, mate? I hope you're all doing well. Thank you for joining us. I know you're busy today. Much appreciated. Shout out Kate and Luke. Thank you for the moderation help. Looking lovely. Kate, I restyled my eyebrows. That's how desperate this has got in lockdown. Joanna, welcome. Hello, lovely. Hope you're doing well. I hope you all had a lovely weekend. Jamie, how's it going? I hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a nice chilled evening, or are the babies still awake? It's all self-care. Yeah, I mean, I had fish and chips as well, but I mean, you know, I couldn't help it. I had fish and chips on my birthday and I was like, I really am craving the same thing. Oh my goodness. And I can't think about it because it was just so good. That food was so good. I can't think about it. Went to bed at, wow. I've been giving oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, Domino's, yeah. Do you know, I had pizza on my birthday. I had fish and chips the night before and pizza. I had to. There was something calling me. There was something calling to me. I can't quite work out what it was, but it was definitely pizza. Jamie, I don't know what it is. It's like there's something in that. I don't know. I think it's carbs as well because it's very. There's something about carbs, isn't there? That's just, I don't know. It's so comforting. I don't know. Yeah. We'll wait for a few more people to come in. I've been having these cards. I think I've dreamt of these cards last night. I'm not even going to lie. Legacy of the Divine Tarot. Literally was going to use the new tarot cards, the Crystal Visions Tarot that I said I was going to use last time, but then I got so sucked into that Metatron deck. Something about this deck, I don't know why I dreamt of it. No, I'm trying to dig into why I was dreaming of it. They're all smiling at me now. They're all like, Luke, like those memes that we were sending earlier about the guides like doing all this, you know, like the weird stances that they give us when they're not going to tell us anything. They're just waiting for us to twig. They're all doing it from both sides, the ancestors too. Here we go. So yeah, I'll go into briefly why I'm so late. And it's an interesting point because I think that's why they're doing it. They're like, just tell the story, because I feel like it's going to come up anyway. They're saying it is, so just tell it now, because obviously we're waiting for people. Yeah, what's your face filter? Oh shit, yeah. Oh no, I was going to do a face filter and everything. Oh, how do I do that? I've got to sit down and figure out this tech stuff. Yeah, you're right, Luke. I need to do that face filter. That filter. There's something about that filter, but the thing is, I feel like my guides are going to be like, why are you doing this? They've just said, yes, we will. It's funny. Give me a break. Yeah, my guides are like, no, we need to get on to business. I feel like I'm being told off by my dad here. Yeah, I was running late. I got suckered into a meditation. That's number one. Then I was just like, oh, I went down the rabbit hole. You know, when you start a meditation, I don't know if you know this, you start a meditation, or if maybe it hasn't happened to you. You start a meditation and then literally you get some information comes through on that meditation. That's it, you're off. And it's like, no, I need to be, shouldn't be doing this. I've got work today. They're saying it's all for a reason. So if you feel over the next couple of days, that's you're being led in a direction that obviously is not dangerous. I mean, obviously, if it's if it doesn't feel quite right to you, then don't just kind of go along with it, obviously. There was something about the meditation. Got a few juicy bits of information through, one of which is going to be in June, which I'm not going to get into just yet because there's going to be so much stuff between now and then. It's just going to get diluted down, and they're really adamant that I go into this. So that's going to be in June. But there is one that I managed to pick up on, and I was like, the full moon this month, May the 7th. Oh my goodness. Scorpio moon, guys. I've got goosebumps. I've got literal chills thinking about this. Not sure if you guys know what Scorpio is, but we are, I mean, I'm a Scorpio moon myself. We are like private detectives. If there is something hidden, we are going to not only uncover it, we're going to expose it, bring it to the light. PowerPoint presentation. It's like we are known to be one of these it's just we can sense the unknown. There's a big energy of the unknown that is being uncovered. That's like the theme. Okay. Now, on May the 7th, this is going to be happening. They're just saying it's a big one. So that led me down that road in that meditation. And then, because obviously I dyed my hair as well today, finally, I was messing around with hair dryers and we've put a new picture up in the house. And it sucked me into memory lane. And I think I must have been stood there 30 minutes. And then I looked at the clock and I was like, have I been stood in here 30 minutes just staring at that picture? And they were all staring at me like, yeah. It was weird. It was like a rabbit hole. It was like this weird, that picture was like, my granddad took that picture maybe, I want to say 43 years ago, between 40 and 43 years ago. But there's something really significant about that picture. And I think I went there. Like, I actually think I astral traveled with being like, it's weird. It's like the astral traveling side of things when you're in your kind of meditation. Obviously that's the thing, but it's like when you're consciously aware and you're kind of doing your day to day, it's like you're being suckered into this alternate parallel timeline. I can only describe it as weird. Luke, goosebumps. Yeah, I'm in agreement. Oh God, yeah. I mean, I'm trying to phrase this. God, I don't want to scare you or Jamie. Guys, they're giving it to me in a way that I know you're going to sit there and be like, I know you're not going to worry about it, but they're just saying buckle up. And I don't want it to scare anyone. I don't want it to scare anyone. But yeah, buckle up. Like, I'm just going to be real. Let's just keep this real, Jamie. Anyway, I'm getting sucked. Right, so sucked into a portal, lost 30 minutes of time, did my hair, got, you know what I mean? What is that? Is that a chair? Is it a rocket? I can't see that. Looks like an ice lolly. Yeah, I need to ground myself. There's an energy around at the moment here that is not conducive to concentration. Yeah, I got suckered in for about 30 minutes. Checked the time, and obviously I told Luke that we were going live at 8 British Standard Time, and I've looked again, and as you can see, it's at 8:30. I lost track of about half an hour, and I must have gone somewhere. I don't remember it. Seat for buckling up. Ah, I see. Alina. Yeah. It is, isn't it? It's like, are we in a Stargate that we don't know about? There's something, like, I'll have to have a look at the astrology here going on, because there's definitely something that is not. I know Pluto's gone in retrograde. We know that one. It could be Pluto. It could be Pluto, because obviously Pluto does rule Scorpio. And it is in retrograde until October 4th. And then we've got this moon on the 7th. Oh, do you know what I think it is? I think it's Pluto. It feels very Plutonian, like there's an air of mystery, but it's like it's getting us ready to. They're talking about it being chosen, a lifeline, a timeline being chosen. It's like we're on the periphery of a big change. It's like a train that's on these tracks that's about to go onto a secondary rail. but it's like a choice hasn't quite been made, and I feel like we're testing out the two options, the two current immediate options. I mean, obviously we've got a lot more than that, but in the basis of the next stage, because obviously time is shifting, isn't it? The conscious awareness of time and how we're monitoring that and measuring it, and clearly it's shifting because, like I said, I hate, put it this way, time is a three-dimensional concept, okay? We have been programmed to adhere to time because it keeps us grounded. But not only that, it keeps in the physical, and it detracts a little bit from the more spiritual side. So whenever I'm in that energy, I don't fight it because, and this is why it's, look, I get when people say it's very difficult to keep to a time scale, because you get sidetracked sometimes, and it's needed because you've got to remember, if I'm channeling something, 9 times out of 10, and you guys have probably heard me say this, Pluto, you're a Scorpio. I know your moon's in Scorpio too. Totally agree with everything you're saying. Alina, my moon is weird. I'm not going to lie. It's like an entity on it's like its own chart, my moon. If you look at my snapshot of my chart, my moon is an entirely independent entity because it's not connected to anything. So I can be very cold. I can be very detached. I know that's definitely, it can be strength, but it can also be extreme weakness, if I'm being totally real. It's kind of my superpower, if I'm totally honest with you, because I can really easily detach. But it means I can see from a different perspective as well, because I'm more objective about it. They're saying it was designed that way. There's something about this energy that it's pulling up stuff that is so buried deep that people are going to be shocked. I'm getting a real shock. It's like their energy body is preparing them. Look out for symptoms that you're getting around your body. Look around, because I'll be honest with you, I'm picking up the collective. There's at the moment it's great energy because I've doubled up on my protective measures. Now, if you watch my birthday stream, you would have noticed the internet was cut out, right? That was because someone was trying to tap into this energy, and my protection is very, very, very strong, especially now while I'm doing a live, because we don't need any outside negative influences to intervene, because this is not meant to, this is essentially, it's a protected environment. So my guides cut that internet because it was getting to the point where someone, and I know who it is, and I know why they did it, someone didn't like my standard, someone didn't like my truth, you know. It happens, that's the way it works. You know, it's just the way it is, unfortunately, sometimes. But if you look around the general collective, there's an underlying energy here that's bubbled up. It's bubbling under the surface, okay? There's a resistance to things. There's a general resistance to things that is not being shown. Now, is it very difficult to tap into scorpionic energy? Yes, because it's very deep. It's like, I've talked about this before, it's like an iceberg. You see 5% of it, the rest is hidden, right? Which is why it's very difficult for me sometimes to get in touch with my emotions, because I don't know sometimes I don't know how I feel. And that sounds insane for a female, but I just genuinely don't. And I have to really focus to balance. Like sometimes I have to, especially because of what I've gone through as well, with emotionally and in every sense, it's like a battle for me to really keep my heart center open and to stay open and in that Queen of Cups energy, because it's a vulnerability thing. And this is what's going to be coming out. There's a vulnerability that's going to be drawn out. Some people, and look, don't get me wrong, if you've done the work, and if you are like, because this is the thing, I feel like light workers tend to get this energy first before the collective. So if you're feeling this between now and the 7th, great, bring it out. Identify what that is, pinpoint the kind of areas. Now, obviously, depending on where your moon is in your chart, it's going to really show. For example, if it's around the Midhaven area, you know, 10th house will be around career. It's like there's going to be light shone around career energy. But this is going to give you an indication of what's going to be released around the 10th, the 7th. What did I say, 10th? More to come on the 10th. There's a secondary element on the 10th coming. The 7th is to draw out something that's to be released, because obviously full moon is very much about endings. It's about a closure of a cycle. Hello, Ray Ray. Hope you're doing well. Something about intervening. Someone has been getting signs for something and not been acknowledging what the signs are for. put it this way, I feel like there's this is in the collective here. The collective have been receiving signs, and I mean like obvious signs, sort of that more evolved, more kind of au fait light workers, the more sort of intuitive amongst us maybe would have interpreted a little bit easier. There's a general consensus here of energy that is not being acknowledged, and so it's like they put a firework into everyone waiting for it to go off, because some people are not acknowledging emotional influences that have been needed to be acknowledged for some time. They're talking about legacy. Notice how this deck here is called Legacy of the Divine Tarot. It's a legacy thing. What do you want to be defined for here? Because it's like they're asking us to choose at the moment. They're asking us to choose in amongst the chaos, in amongst the, are we, like, I'll be honest with you, like we did, if you haven't checked out Steve Noble's channel, check it out. There's a soul mission meditation in there that a few of us were talking about a couple of days ago. For example, if you haven't already done that meditation, do it, because this is essentially what will probably be brought out over the 7th and the 10th. It's soul mission. It's like soul mission information is slowly being pieced together and is being brought to the light in order to be, why are you giving me that word ascended? Now they're telling me, why are you telling me that? Something more to that. They're just giving me something that I'm not going to say just yet, because they want me to look on the astrology chart, guys. I apologize. What does that? Oh. There's something about the degree in Pluto that is conjunct Jupiter at the moment. They're talking about it being a catalyst energy. And then obviously, because we've got the Sun conjunct Uranus as well. Uranus is that kind of, it's the rebel, isn't it? The rebel energy, and the Sun being that kind of egoic, the personality side of things. We've also got the Moon conjunct the North Node at the moment as well. And actually, there's the South Node is about to, oh my goodness me. The South Node is about to go into Sagittarius. There's a very strong Jupiter. This is the thing. Jupiter's about to expand what Pluto is currently doing, because Jupiter is about expansion. No wonder they're saying buckle up, because it's like how I explained the portal and how you just get sucked into time. You're going to turn around and be like, because I'll be honest with you, I took 2 days off on the weekend to do self-care. I can tell you 3 things I did at the weekend. The rest I can't remember. That's how it's going to be. Like, time is it's not even speeding up. It's just I can't put a word on it, because I don't think there is a word for this. It's hard, because if you were all telepathic, I'd just send you the information, but unfortunately it will be missed. The wording here, there's a word that I don't know if there is a word for, which is why I'm struggling a little bit here. They've just given me a word. I'm going to Google it. I wish she'd tell me this earlier. If this is a word, I'm going to laugh. It's interceded. It's intercede. It means arbitrate, negotiate, moderate, intervene, like get involved, act, intermediate. It's an intermediary energy that is tying. It's tying all the collective subconscious energies that have not yet been. Oh my goodness me! It's bringing out everything, guys. Let's get onto the tarot, guys. This is going to be interesting. I'm not going to lie. It's going to be interesting. If you haven't checked out my Leo video, it links with that as well. Kate, yeah. Like I don't know. I don't know if I can talk. It feels like someone sucker punched my belly, if I'm totally honest with you. It's like my sacral chakra has been plugged in and is being supercharged. And it's like, you know what I mean? Yeah, Elena, yeah. Oh, bless you. Lisa, yeah, take it a day at a time. This is not an easy it's not an easy one. It's all right. You can leave that kind of comment up. It's fine. You can leave that kind of comment up. Oh my goodness, look. Temperance. Wow. His cup. Can you? Oh my goodness. Do you like my nails? Guys, I'm sorry. Oh dear. Why did you give me some in 5th house, man? Seriously, this is insane. Right, okay, let's get back to the work. Can you see he's come from up there? He's bringing something back with him. He's bringing something down with him. We're going into dream states here, and we're bringing things back that we wouldn't ordinarily. It's like there's a new height and there's a new energy that's being tapped into. It's a new height and a new energy that's being tapped into that we're currently bringing onto the earth plane. We're anchoring this in, which is why when you're bringing a new energy in, something has to go. But look at how, because temperance is also Sagittarius, which is actually ruled by Jupiter. This is being blown up, like, and I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm getting, my right hand is wanting to act. Masculine energy, dynamic energy. This is my right side. This is the kind of receiving energy. Wow. Yeah. This is the other thing as well. If you look, can you see he's holding on to something? It's a stream. It's a stream of energy. And look, in his right hand, he's got fire. The dynamic energy of fire and the very receptive energy of on the left side of the feminine. He's putting it. Look, I mean, look. This is. People are going to be having mass awakenings all over the place. People are going to be. I'm telling you, you go on social media over this next full moon, because I'll be honest with you, coming from a Scorpio moon, we don't mess around. Now, who remembers the last Scorpio moon when the moon looks scary? When everyone was taking pictures and the moon looked, yeah, this is what I mean. They're download. It's a stream though. It's not a download, because a download implies a time, a gap. It implies a gap. This is an immediate. This is like, how can I explain it? It's like every single moment between now and when we currently physically remove, our body is left on this planet, removes it from this planet, and our soul then moves on to its next destination. All of those timelines are currently playing out, and all of those moments that we have between now and then are currently playing out. So it's incredibly easy to tap into something that has happened or will happen, especially via what is called the Akashic Records. The Akashic Records is everything that ever has been monitored or put down or thought of or spoken. Any thought, action, insight, awareness, idea that has ever existed or will ever existed that is recorded in the Akashic Records. This is an immediate link in and link up to the Akashic Records. And rather than people sitting and meditating on it and going, I'm going to sit and just sit into that energy, and we're going to evaluate this and follow that path in meditation, and we're going to sort of, allow the guys. It's an immediate thing. We don't download it. It's a stream of energy that we're in. And if we back that way to the left, we're out. Or if we're back to the right, it's dependent on where we're moving to. We can tap into different energy fields. It's this. What does that mean? It means that it's a fluid approach to everything. It's like, whereby if you got a pendulum and started asking questions and wait for an answer, what you'd be doing is you'd be picking up a pendulum, and before you've even asked the question, you'd be going, the answer is yes. Because the information is so much at hand, it's so much more readily available, because the energy between the earth, the physical earth plane, the 3 dimension, which currently is actually the 4th dimension, and the 5th dimension and higher is, like I said in the last live, it's reduced. The gap is reduced. So the information is more accessible, which is this. And this is the thing, when it's more accessible, if it happens over a longer period, if the energy is stronger, like the meditation relay, this would have, in my opinion, and so the guides are backing me up here, and you feel free to sit and go, my guides aren't telling me that, because I'll happily take feedback. The meditation relay that you guys got involved with, you would have contributed to this. The message from the previous stream about the tapping into the most highest timeline for you and your good of all things, this is what this is for as well. Because what the guides are doing is they're preempting what is, I mean, look, I'm not doing it. I'm just listening. Like, I'm just listening to what they're telling me. But it's like they're leaving me an apple and I'm taking the apple and eating it. I don't look for the apple, you know. It's there. It's just so accessible. And put it this way, it just is essentially an upgrade in awareness and intuition. But the reason why I've got to explain it in the longest way possible is because there's hidden messages in what I'm saying. My guides aren't just dumbasses who can't speak. They say everything, and they do it through me for a reason. Now I sound like an egomaniac, but yeah, there's a reason. Even the nail thing. Because I'll be honest with you, when I did the soul, I did my nails last night, and then I did a meditation today about my soul mission, and I saw the same color as my nails, as what I need to tap into, and I'm like, because look, it's nothing is by accident. They're not sort of, you know what I mean, winding people up when they do this stuff. It's like there's something about this energy that is very easy to be sort of tapped into. What else came out with it is the Hermit. The Hermit is the road less traveled. This is about spiritual awakening. This is about going within, understanding what information is readily available and tapping into that. And when you're ready to expand out. And I feel like this is what this moon is going to be doing. It's like we're all being like tapped into internally. Hey, Stacey, I hope you're good. We're all tapping into ourselves on a very deep eternal level. And then it's imploding in, and then it's going to explode out in a lovely way, of course. But you may see some bits and pieces between the 7th and the 10th that are a bit like, wow, you're trying to real fight this kind of energy, aren't you? Because there's going to be some people that aren't going to understand that. They're going to be like, and it's let's be real. I mean, spiritual awakenings, as Lisa mentioned, are not always fun and easy, because sometimes it feels like you're going a bit mad, you know, without, you know, obviously all due respect, it's not easy, especially when you're shown that kind of level of truth, when it's like you've been programmed with the time of things, and go do this at 8 o'clock and do that at 9 p.m. and then do you know what I mean? Because obviously we went to school, it's drummed into everyone, apart from me. Obviously, I mentioned a little bit of that story on the Leo. I used to run out of school at age 5. They used to put teachers on the doors because I didn't stay at school, and I was like, I don't need to be here. Yeah. Can you imagine what kind of a nightmare I was for my parents? Ace of Cups. This is an emotional awakening. And can you see this cup is right at the bottom of the ocean here? It's grounded into the ocean. It's accessible, but it's buried very deep, because you've got the fish. Obviously, it's probably been there a long time. There's going to be a lot of uncovered emotions that people probably aren't going to expect. Probably a few uncovered emotions. Now, the reason I'm talking about this now is because of this time element where it's so fluid. I need to mention it now, because there's going to be people in the chat that are going to start experiencing this now, and they're not going to know what this is. And it's the same reason as why I'm putting the May videos out early, because this is speeding up, and I want everyone, because it's like to be forewarned is to be forearmed. And it's not to say anything terrible is going to happen. It just means that you're gaining information and you're able to act on it, rather than being reactive when it happens. We've got the Knight of Swords in the reverse. There's a block. There's an emotional block. Knight of Swords is typically a really fast moving card, and it can be a bit brutal sometimes, a bit kind of cutting, because it's reversed. It's like an implosion of emotion that people probably didn't realize they had, and it's going to be very accessible. It's going to be very easy to tap into, because hey Sadara, I hope you're good. All is well this end. Thank you so much. Yeah, so wow. We've got Temperance again. Double whammy. Because not only that, but look, can you see Queen of Coins? The Queen of Pentacles is actually reversed. There's a grounding influence here that hasn't been acknowledged. and it's currently being anchored. So you'll probably see a reflection of this around the 7th, where there'll be opportunities for those who obviously understanding this message now to really tap into that and ground and root it. And then you'll probably also see people in the collective who aren't going to understand that. And then they're going to be a secondary element to this around the 10th. Now, could it happen sooner? Yes. But from the energy that I'm getting and the numbers, because I'll be honest with you, when I was tapping into this energy before and other bits and pieces, I asked them, because obviously what I can usually understand my emotions fairly well, except this time they gave me a number, and I was like, how do I equate a number to an emotion? And obviously there's a reason for it, but it's a more because obviously the numbers are the one thing in the universe that we don't know where they came from. If you understand maths, or if you understand, I mean, and I'm not talking about the classroom taught maths. I'm talking about the golden ratio, the Fibonacci swirl, everything that is obviously balanced and you know, like, that is built up from a geometric point of view. Now, I feel like this is going over everyone's head. I feel like everyone's eyes are glazed over. Am I right? Do I need to back up? I'm sorry, my guides are on a different level today, guys. I'm sorry. Put it this way, it's rooting something in that wouldn't. Oh, bless you, Elena. Good for you, ma'am. Yeah, it's rooting something in a different way than what has previously been understood. Okay, so to summarize, all is Joanna. Joanna, bless you. Oh, bless you guys. I'm glad you guys are on the level. It's always good. Can you see? Look, the third eye. The third eye. It's going to be so obvious to some, and look, some people aren't getting it. And look, we're not going to shame people. We're not about that. It doesn't matter, like, because they are going to get it at some point. Someone's going to be offered, and I don't feel like put it this way, the reason they're giving this message is there's going to be a massively huge opportunity around this time to gain something. Now that you're aware of what this energy is leading up to, there is a major opportunity here. There's a major opportunity here, okay, to really tap into something that wouldn't ordinarily have been seen. Six of Swords. Moving onto a different type of caliber of energy. I don't know why I need to use that word, but it's like this is some very strong. Oh no, please don't tell me that. Be very aware of tempers around that time as well. Tempers, people are going to get triggered. I'm going to be real, okay? Please be aware that is it a real issue, or is this another and I'm sorry, I'm going to just be real, it feels like another test. Have you learned? Because it's like, I know this sounds very kind of dramatic, but they're showing me a gun firing, and usually that's a very hasty kind of, I mean, obviously, of course it's hasty, it's like an extreme. We don't want that kind of, we need a bit more balance. So it's a very reactive energy that I'm picking up on here, which this is why they're giving this now, because it's like we're currently in Cancer, okay? So the moon is currently in Cancer, and it's just up against that North Node, which is about our soul mission. And between now and the next month, is it the next month? Possibly 2 months. We're going to have opportunity. It's like they're spinning the wheel of fortune, and it keeps spinning. It doesn't stop yet, because they're just observing everyone's actions, because it's aligning with something else that's coming in. Yeah, there's something more with that Queen of Coins in reverse. Let's see if it comes up again. But I feel like because it's going to be different for everyone, it's very difficult to tap into a more specific answer. The Ace of Cups. Oh no, the Eight of Cups was hidden in the deck, and it's just showed itself. Now, can you see we've got the moon in the background, which is, again, this is Pisces energy. Pisces is, again, very Neptunian energy. Again, this man is an octopus in the ocean. I'm not sure if you can see that. He's holding his right hand up because he's tapping into that energy. He's receiving that energy. So again, what I would recommend is be receptive. Be receptive. But he's also giving it, because I'll be honest with you, this is actually his left hand. This is actually his left hand, but when I put it up to the camera, it's showing the right hand. There's a message in that as well. Be open to receiving the emotion, but also giving. We have to, it's a two-way street that is going to be demonstrated. The octopus is significant as well. Can you see in the horizon, there's a mist. Can't quite tangibly understand what's going on here. Can't quite tangibly see what's going on. He's just feeling it out. So he can't see, he's feeling, he's trying to work, he's trying to use his other senses. He's trying to use his other senses. Yeah. 5 of Wands in the reverse. There's a potential for kind of dynamic competitive energy here that Spirit are just advising to channel that into other means. Like I said, Scorpio moon is no joke. Like, coming from someone who, again, and Scorpios are probably going to understand this, Scorpio has a really kind of bad temper. And with it, especially if it's a moon in Scorpio, it's can be very, very reactive. And so you've just got to feel it out, and again, how do I want to explain this? This is a really, prepare to be vulnerable. I feel like if you can be as vulnerable as you can, it's going to really help you. If you're going to fight it, hello Gina, welcome. If you're going to fight it or restrict, in that restrictive energy, in that kind of masculine energy, I feel like that you're going to miss something there. They're just advising you to take it easy, because I feel like you could feel tired at the lead up to it, or tired afterwards, but there's going to be it's a very explosive energy that I'm tapping into here. Wow, look, Queen of Cups in the reverse. So this is an unbalanced energy here. Can you see she's in shock? Look, this is a shock. We're not going to be, we've got this, because look, this is a Queen of Cups in the reverse is usually someone that is imbalanced in their emotional center, that isn't empowered, that maybe has not tapped into that, or is a little bit up and down emotionally. This came out with the Death card. So this is essentially purging that imbalance, any imbalances, anything. And again, look, can you see in the center is Pluto, because this is Scorpio. Death is Scorpio, and obviously Scorpio is ruled by Pluto. Can you see the Black Horseman in the background? Can you see the Black Horseman? If this webcam, oh, by the way, I have actually ordered a new webcam, and it's probably never going to come. Like, you watch, it will come in like 3 months now. But my brother gave me one, but I'm just kind of like, yeah, thanks, bro, but it's probably going to kill me now. Yeah, it was my birthday present as well, so he probably wants to shoot me at this point. But God, don't say that, Jar. Shouldn't really joke about that when I just mentioned a gun. Anyway, right. Pluto energy, Dark Horseman. So this is, I'll be honest with you, I'm tapping into some very dark energy, which is why I'm like, no, we don't want to be getting into that. The best way to deal with this kind of energy is to not ignore it. I'm going to be honest with you. Whenever you're dealing with anything Plutonian or Scorpionic, to try and avoid the fact that it's there and pretend that, elephant is not in the room is not the best idea, in my opinion, because all you're doing is suppressing it. You're just pretending it's not there. Why do you, because I feel like to get to the real issue is people are scared of the unknown. This is the unknown. These are like stuff from phobias, dark fears, subconscious, because again, Pisces energy is the subconscious. It rules the subconscious. It's also about hidden enemies. Yeah, this is getting dark, but don't forget, this is shadow work. This is stuff that if you've done your shadow work is going to be not as hard as what you think it is, because again, we are both light and dark. We have to acknowledge and adhere to and honor both sides of ourselves in order to have completion within ourselves. And to ignore that base element means our foundation is not strong. It's not a deep foundation which we can build upon and we can build our intuition on. If we do the shadow work, then our horizons are more expanded, aren't they? And this is shadow energy. This is very much the epitome. And if you don't know what shadow work is, definitely look into it, because everyone has, in my opinion, shadow work to do when we come here, when we incarnate. And my strong emphasis is on doing shadow work, because number one, it allows you to grow a lot, and it just removes any blockages that is restrictive towards your energy of abundance. Because again, if you're not anchoring stuff down because there's blocks everywhere, how can you reap the rewards of that? So this is my recommendation. If you haven't already looked into it between now and the 7th, definitely look into shadow work and have a look into things that you, for example, things that trigger you are going to be a shadow element. Now, interestingly, the 12th house, which is Pisces, draws things out of people. My moon in my 12th house, and people that know me very well will attest to this, I trigger everyone. Without even needing to talk, I will trigger responses in people like you will not believe. And for people that watch me in Big Brother, you will believe. Yeah, Lena, it's because we're comfortable in there, because it's known. We know it's tangible. It's like, yeah, Elena, exactly. The Scorpios are going to get this because it's like it's natural for Scorpio energy to be in that. So you guys are probably going to feel very at home because that's your natural, especially, I mean, the sun sign, yes, and ascendant, yes. But even Mars and Venus, if you're Scorpios in Mars and Venus, or you've got stellium, you know, in Scorpio, this is going to really reflect that energy. It's rebirth. It's an emotional rebirth. Okay, exactly. Any Scorpios here are going to sit and go, yeah, because it's like, it's everything that people don't like acknowledging that lives inside a Scorpio, because it's like there's an unbreakable element to Scorpio. Oh, bless her. Yeah, Jamie, exactly. Yeah, there's a lot that, I mean, look, to be honest with you, I do really heavily resonate with Scorpio suns. My sister's a Scorpio ascendant. And it's that you can tap into it very easily. And this is the thing, Scorpios can sense everything. They can sense, I'm telling you now, every time I've ever done a Scorpio video on the monthlies, I can always feel out that people are already onto this energy, or they've started to see it, or they're a bit more, they've jumped the herd. It's like they're a little bit more ahead. And so usually my messages come through a little bit less cryptic because it's more obvious, because of the fact that they're already tapping into that energy, if that makes any sense. Knight of Swords in the reverse. There's going to be an energy where it's deliberately you're held back. If you feel frustrated between the 7th and the 10th because you feel like you're not able to move forward anywhere, honor this. What did I say to you at the beginning? Everything happens for a reason. I couldn't get onto this at 8 o'clock because I got sucked into a meditation. Then I got sucked into looking at a picture for half an hour, and I can't remember what actually happened, but I think I did astral travel somewhere, if I'm totally honest with you, in my conscious state. But I wasn't in my conscious state because I was somewhere else. But there was a reason for it. I had to go somewhere because I'm obviously collecting information from somewhere, ready for this. But there's a reason for it. Same. And look, if you're held back for a reason around this time, there is a reason. Honor it. If you try and push through that, you are not going to collect the reward that is at hand. And there is a reward, because I'll be honest with you, if I had to guess what that was, because it was from that picture, my granddad took that picture 43 years ago. This was me traveling to wherever my granddad was on the spiritual plane. And there's something that happened, which I'm going to have to now probably sit and focus on. But I've got a feeling that I'm not meant to know yet, because this is the problem with me. I always channel ahead of time, or I'm one of those annoying people that if I'm supposed to know something, I'm supposed to know something in 2 years, I'll channel it now. And then I'll be like, and everyone's like, what the hell are you talking, what are you talking about? It's, again, this is Scorpio. That's another very Scorpio energy, where if anything is hidden, we bring it out. We bring that energy out. But make sure that if you're, again, Knight of Swords in the reverse, don't charge ahead. If you're being detoured, run with it. Because there's a reason they want bottom of the deck, 7 of coins, loading. Imagine a loading screen. Imagine you're charging up your iPhone after you've just done an update. This is the same thing. We're updating. All right. I don't know why I'm getting all the computer references, but for some reason I'm getting all the computer references. King of Swords in the reverse. King of Swords is very much air energy, which is in the mental planes, is in the ethers. Okay. So Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Something hasn't been, it's like someone has got this energy. It's a thought bubble that hasn't manifested yet. It's a thought bubble that hasn't manifested yet because we've got to release something first. So that again, it's like there's a queue. We're in a queue position. It's like, I don't know why you're telling me January. Oh, Luke. They've just mentioned the January thing. Where do I go with this? They're preparing us for something that's going to happen in January, which I can't say yet because it's just not going to. Yeah, I was actually getting the 26th. I was actually getting the 26th. Which is interesting because if that has now changed, but anyway, we can't really talk about this because I don't feel like it's ready because they're just showing me something in the oven cooking, which is why I went off on a tangent about how I channel things and then I can't say anything. I'll probably do a series on what this energy is building up to, but anyway. Yeah, look. And that, look, the Chariot. It's like this is a journey here. This is now. Can you see these two horses here? That isn't even a black horse. Usually in the traditional tarot, we've got a black horse and a white horse. This is brown and white. We are actually shedding because obviously the black is shadow, is the more lower vibrational energy. It can be. It can be masculine energy. This is brown. I'm hearing tipping the balance. Something about this energy that's building up here is about to tip the balance. For all those people, I don't know why, but I've got to mention Bill Gates now. For all those people that are following Bill Gates, you don't have to worry about that anymore. Moving on. And look, Page of Swords in the reverse. Unethical behavior, untruthful behavior, untruthful agendas. Page of Wands, enthusiasm. An enthusiastic gesture that has been a long time in the making is about to be shifting. Because it's not for it's that a balance has been tipped. All of those people that have been doing work, been doing their shadow work, been doing their inner child work, been doing their light work as well, light and shadow work. This is the accumulation of what this has been building up to. I'll be honest with you. Yeah. They're urging you as well that while we're in lockdown, if you are still in lockdown, this is going to be a very good time to go within and continue on that energy and sort of really channeling that kind of type of healing work that needs to be done, because there's definitely here with the world in reverse something about this energy that hasn't quite reached a point that it needs to, which is why we're getting, I mean, look, for example, I've heard there's areas in America that are now having their kind of social distancing relaxed even further, and actually they're lifting sanctions and movement around certain cities and towns. This apparently is supposed to be everywhere in America, and I don't know about New York, but I think that will come as well at some point. I do think that will come. For some reason in the UK, we don't have that. We're not having that. While you're in this position of lockdown, utilize it, because go within. Really go within, because it's going to really help you. It's going to cleanse this energy if you're worried about that kind of thing. Yeah, look, Queen of Cups and King of Wands. Queen of Cups and King of Wands. What's this about here? Wow. And I'm hearing an unrealized dream that's going to come through. If you guys or any one of you are confused about where you want to take your life, you are going to start understanding this more. You probably already are understanding this more. And if you aren't, you are going to, because look, this is, again, this is someone who is able to understand their emotional energy. Queen of Cups, she rules from her emotions. She's extremely intuitive. It doesn't have to be feminine. It could be masculine. But masculine and feminine, we have it in each of us. It's about that balance, isn't it? Can you see? She's conquered her emotions, because if you look around her headdress, she's got pearls. She's collected the pearls, the wisdom, the pearls of wisdom within her emotional body, and she's utilizing them. That is what is going to really kind of allow people to sail through and understand essentially a lot of why they're here. If you don't already know that, this is going to start coming through. King of Wands. Again, very masculine. This is about conquering of self. This is a very dynamic masculine energy. So the feminine side is going to be conquered within each of us, and the masculine side is going to be conquered, which is that dynamic, you know, very kind of, you know, alpha energy, which isn't douchey. I mean, I'm not talking about a douchebag here, that, you know, douchebag energy that just, you know, thinks that. I'm not talking about, you know, emperor reverse, low vibe, you know, people that think that, you know, very Machiavellian kind of egotistical energy or narcissism. I'm not talking about that. This is someone who, look, can you see, he's got an altar here, and he's honoring himself or herself, take it as it resonates. He's got his wand in his hand. He's not throwing the wand around as if to say, oh, get away. He's ready. He's got it ready to hand, because this is the thing. He knows it's time. I'm just hearing it's time. Look, and look at the self-assurance on the face. He knows. There's something, it looks like a bumblebee on his forehead. I can't quite work out what that is on his forehead. It looks like a bumblebee. I don't know what that is. It looks like a, I was going to say something else. And I don't know why, but I'm just seeing number 7. Now I'm seeing numbers again. What is this number thing? I'll be honest with you, maths was my least favourite subject at school. My brother is a different story. He's like brain box maths genius, and even went to university and did like a master's degree in maths. Me, no. Like, I'm just not into that. There's a 7 here. I keep seeing numbers. 7 is Libra energy. It's a balance. Yeah, that's exactly what I just said. Yeah, 7 on the belt. Yeah. That's why I thought of 7, because I saw like, it looked like it just drew me into that area. I'm hearing something about a proposition. If you guys aren't in a position where you're working, or if you've got concerns around work, there's something that's coming in. And I want to say it's going to be as early as around the sort of 7th, but it could be even sort of up until the 15th. You've got a work opportunity coming in here. So if you've been waiting for that, that's about to come in. There's an offer. But this is about a balance of the masculine and feminine. I'm hearing it's like a well-needed balance. Wow. What? Look, what did I just say? Emperor. We're not talking about the reverse emperor. Oh no, we're talking about the emperor. This is the emperor. This is like I've conquered all of my kings. And this can be feminine as well, doesn't have to be male. And I've conquered all of my kings, and I'm in total alignment. But interestingly, we've got the Ace of Swords come out with that, which is truth and clarity. There's going to be, and I'll be honest with you, this is very Donald Trump energy. And I don't know why I want to say that, because he's actually a Leo and this is Aries. There's something about Donald Trump that's coming through here, but I feel like I can't really go into that, because it's going to start take me off into some weird political thing, which I'm going to have to do an update on. Yeah, they're just giving me, there's something about Donald Trump. But within the general collective of everyone, doesn't have to be just masculine. This is masculine and feminine. There's a truth. Hasn't he got a Leo ascendant or moon though? Who? Donald Trump's a Gemini? Really? I didn't know that. Yeah, there's something about his chart being in Leo. I don't know why I want to say that. I don't know if it's a moon. It may be moon. I don't know. There's something about truth coming from the heavens. There's going to be something that happens here again with that temperance energy that's going to come through the ethers, that it's going to be like a bit of information that just lands somewhere, and it's going to be, you know, I'm just seeing newspapers as well now. There's going to be something that is announced. Big announcement coming. Big announcement. I'm going to have to tap into that later because that's a whole new video right there. Yeah, that's a whole new video. 3 of Swords with the 7 of Swords. So there's in fact, this is about divine masculine energy. There's divine masculines waking up. There you go. Oh, Leo rising, yeah. Leo rising. 3 of Swords and 7 of Swords is heartbreak and escaping things that no longer serve. Divine masculines are waking up. If they haven't already, they're waking up. It's like they're understanding truth and they're breaking free of limitations. Helena, yeah. Do you know? Oh goodness me. Sag moon as well. See, this is the thing. I really want to see. Do you know how tempted I was to do Bill Gates's really dig into that? But my guides are like, if you open this door, you can't, because you don't have authority to be tapping into that energy. So I can't, because I don't have his permission on a personal level, on a political level.